Hello, I'm Jalen Hogan. I'm the Executive Director of High Sky Children's Ranch. We are now at the Cremer Therapy Center, and I'm going to give you a quick tour of our facility. So one of the projects our children have done here at High Sky is they painted these shovels in their NIMI therapy art for our groundbreaking event for the new facilities we're building, of which one was our therapy center here that we're going to be touring. So NIMI therapy is a form of art therapy that helps children coordinate their right and left hemispheres of their brain, and we'll learn more about that when we go into the therapy room. So we've entered the therapy center, and this is our waiting room. We want the very first spaces that children and families enter to be warm and friendly, and so we chose kind of some mild decorations with natural colors and neutrals for the kids that are here at High Sky. When children often come in, they're hungry, they're thirsty, so we have a little mini fridge where we keep juice and waters for them, and then we keep snacks on the counter and of course hidden in our cabinet. So they come in and get real excited that they get a snack. It's all about atmosphere, and so we have bean bags. They love to jump on them, flop on them, play on them. Of course, we have a television. Our center was designed with experience in mind. We also know that trauma is stored in different regions of our brain and often disconnected, and so we give a lot of experiential modalities that we'll talk about as we enter here. So down our hallway, we're going to go down kind of the hall that I'd call our probably most active hallway, especially in the evenings and after school. So we have a sand tray therapy room here. Often we'll say to a child, create a story in the sand that you can tell me about. And so they'll come over here and they'll pick a few items and then they'll put something in the sand like this, you know, and they'll go ahead and create that story. And they have the option to tell me about your story. And it's not really what they choose to tell me or not tell me, it's the experience of them getting to express their own story. So here in our art therapy room, children, they get to express, but it's also more about, we know that the right and left hemispheres of the brain are really important. They have different functions, and it's a good idea that they work together because we function better when our brain works as one. This center line is called the corpus callosum, and in children with child abuse and developmental trauma, that is underdeveloped. And so the right and left hemispheres of the brain are not working well together. And so this form of art is a lot of cross-body movements, moving that child's brain back and forth as corpus callosum. That's building a muscle. It's much like when you do a workout. Maybe you have a child that is acting out behavioral and emotionally, and they have these fits and tantrums and fall on the floor. We say they're dysregulated. They're not able to manage their emotions and behaviors. And this form of therapy actually helps increase their ability to do just that, because it gets that brain working together as one. So join us in the play therapy room. It's another modality where children tend to play out their trauma. Once again, this is the art room. As you see, we have paints and canvases and papers. They might want to draw. They might want to do color pencils. They might want to do stamps. They get to create what they want to create and pick the modality. Whereas in the NEMA art, it's kind of art with a purpose. We're helping them build that brain muscle. So play therapy is a very popular form of therapy for young children, 3 to about 9, maybe 10 years old, depending on the developmental level of the child. And the children come in here and they play out their life experience. The language of children is play. And so they come in here and they'll play out their abuse, they'll play out their history. They may just play out a need for nurture. A lot of kids come in here and they just cook and want to feed you. And that's because they haven't experienced good nurturing and someone taking care of them. So they play out what they need as well as what they experienced. And we see that if you trust that process, kids will get better and better. And it's not about what we do, it's about us holding space so they can do what they do. Okay, so now we're going to enter kind of the part of the therapy building that is for mostly adults and teens. And in this office, this is our clinical director, Amber Chapman, and this is her office. Have games where they can sit and play games, or you can do talk therapy. We have an outdoor, it's going to be a kind of an herb garden, a peace garden of sorts. And we did this beautiful brick wall with the colorful stones for it to be super appealing to all of your senses. There's going to be plants like lavender and sage and rosemary, but it'll also be very peaceful with trees and areas to sit and places of peace and calm. And then we'll have some wind chimes that give that auditory. So we want to appeal to all senses when we're healing and helping people overcome circumstances that may have landed them in a really tough place. So continuing with our theme of healing and experiential opportunities, we have our shovels, more shovels that the children painted. So once again, thank you for watching this video on our therapy center and on High Sky Children's Ranch. If you would like more information, please visit www.highsky.org.